Hi. Hi, you guys. If I sound different and if it sounds crap, tell me because I changed something on the microphone. If the stream goes laggy too, tell me as well because I've got something going on with my PC and I don't know what the fuck it is. Thank you. Right, let's do this. Load game. Did we call in yesterday? I don't think we did. Thank you, DJ. It seems a little off. I don't know. Usually, I don't know why I had these stupid settings on the mixer. I had no idea why. Let's talk to this guy.
Officer, care to play a game with a lonely old man?
Aww.
Actually, never mind. It wouldn't be the same.
What happened? Where's Renee? The prick is gone, he replies, trying to smile. I can barely believe it, but he's really gone. He's trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face. But gone? Gone where? Gaston sighs and mumbles more to himself than you. Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt. Okay, DJ, have fun. He did? How did he die? His angry little heart finally gave out, he sighs. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is. Hey, El Grande. Yes, figured that would wake you up. Right, guess he was about to head home, cause when the dock workers found him he was wearing civilian clothes and not the cockatoo uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Gaston smiles a sad smile. No, the joke's on him, cause he's gonna be buried without it. Was he really that bad? I repeat, an absolute cunt. He turns to look at the crater. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jeannie and me, he pauses. She saw something in him when we were just kids and... His voice trembles, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought, if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to. Did you love him? We've hated each other our entire lives, so much in fact that... He falls silent and looks at you, eyes filling up with tears. Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. He wipes his eyes with a sleeve. You know what his last words to me were? Something mean? Yes, I did like the emotes. Sorry, I was watching with DJ. I don't have any emotes from that, sorry. I couldn't reply because I didn't get any emotes from the sale. In Gilmore's time, you'd have been shot without a trial. That's what he said to me. The old man gathers himself and wipes his eyes again. He lived a cunt and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that. Do you know what happened to his medals and can I have the other one? You got it for free. Oh, well, I guess I slacked off a little there. I wasn't that interested in the sale at all, because it didn't really have anything I liked. Well, I bought most everything on Christmas sale, so... was a little too soon for another. He looks at you for a moment and then speaks quietly. I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something. Can you stop saying cunt? You rude. Here, something to remember your friend by. Give him the photograph of Renee and the girl. Let me see. Holy shit, Zack is screaming his heart out. Jesus Christ. Even with ear closing and anti-noise reduction headset, I can't get him out of my head. You're screaming. He's not listening to me at all. Anyway, Gaston takes the photo, hands trembling. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young Renee looked so happy. And Jeannie, eyes blurry with tears, he has to stop. Feather! Oh my god, you're alive? What the fuck happened? You are actually alive? Jesus! It's been so fucking long, man. What happened? Yeah, but you're never there anymore. Hardly talk. Oh my god. You mean Feather failing? Anyway, I'm sorry, officer. He dries his eyes. Thank you for the little memory. It really means the world to me. Lies. That was nice, the lieutenant smiles. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know Renee had the photo. Old people die, you better get ready too. Yes, a strange expression runs across his wrinkled face and vanishes without a trace. He finds comfort in the thought. We all got to go sometime, officer, everyone. I love is already there. Probably waiting for me, he smiles faintly. I'm not afraid to die, it's been a good run, and I really miss my friends. We are both very sorry for your loss, the lieutenant bows his head. Death of a friend is a terrible thing. It is what it is, part of life, he mumbles, only half listening to you. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they are just gone? I just don't know anymore about anything really. He slowly shakes his head, and remembers your presence. But you must need something? You were about to return to Overwatch, DJ. You never really were in Overwatch. You played the tutorial map and then you stopped. You had like one game where you got basically assaulted and thrown out and then you left it. How were you ever in Overwatch? I want to go over a few more things about Renee, if that's okay. No, we did this, everything, go. Tell me, what do you know about the dead man? Everything, really. I probably knew him better than... He stops, realizing something. You meant the teacup on the tree, didn't you? I don't know anything about him. Okay, bye for now. Yeah, I ruined Dre's match, so I wanted to turn and I'm better than Zack schooled me, but I still didn't have the time to really go into it. I know. Right, let's check this. We need to pick up the radio. What did we want with the radio? Oh, we want to ask about this. Alice, this is Firewalker. Reconnect. No. Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots? Yes, I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready? I was born ready. Oh, it's actually an answer! The lieutenant leans into Liz, notebook in hand. I was born ready, baby. Hey, Nabu. That suit of armor was issued to an Orangese citizen named Alice Courtinier. That's Alice Court. Yeah, I'm not spelling this out. Exact date of birth unknown. He was signed into the Leicester County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February 09. Neonatal Care Unit? He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2. According to Classier, Leli said that his real name wasn't really his. Perhaps that's because he was fostered? This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Fredefort at 17, then served in the Orangese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of him employment in Krynl, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Ravachol. Wait, he was found in a leaf compactor? It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know. It is. Thank you, Alice. Wait, how is this good to know? Who cares? Any information on his foster parents? None, officer, sorry. So all we have to connect him to Krynl is the armor. Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. He leans closer and shouts, "Thank you, Alice. Great work." How did he survive? Well, he basically didn't. He's dead now. But, yeah, I don't know how he survived back then. No problem, Lieutenant. She sounds pleased. A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad. Well, we have his name and service record now. A name, this is very good. Alice Courtinier. Nea? I don't know, Courtinier. Something. He says to himself, let's just go with Alice, okay? This means something to him to know that name, like naming a case, it's important. Sometimes police work is about human dignity, about giving back names to anonymous victims. I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? No. Her voice disappears into void. Close the door. Okay, let's have a look. Not there. There. There's not many tasks left, considering how many we've done. This should be underdone now. Why is this still highlighted? Oh. Right, let's see what else I can do. We did inspect the traps. Oh yeah, we need to return to Morel. Let's go there. Have important news for Morel. Friday. Oh god, don't you start with that here. I have to go shopping tomorrow, you know. We need to talk to him as well, I think.
It's you again. What is it?
There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help. The big man laughs, nearly spitting out his beer. What's that, copper? You want us to help little old ladies now? You are local law enforcement, aren't you? The lieutenant looks Titus in the eye. Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction. Should it? Yeah, we will send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it? Yep, here. He pushes up his cap. God, poor lady. Don't worry, we will handle this. I think she's got some family in Corin or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints. Hey, Eugene interjects. Wasn't Everett B's team looking for her the other day? They said something about her. I do know. Finding something? Yeah, I think you were right, Gene. Titus gives him a beer salute and turns to you. She have something of yours, pig? Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do. But I want to tell them. Oh, please. Authority, let me tell them. Nope, she didn't have anything of mine. Of course not. No? Well, whatever then, copper. Titus chucks his beer down and wipes his mouth. No, they totally said what it was. What was it? He's still thinking it over in the corner. Anyone remember? The tattooed man scratches his head with his knuckles. I don't remember. I was fucking drunk. Let me know if you figure it out back there, the big man says, turning to you. Now, anything else we can help you with? What's her name? Her real name? He takes off his cap and scratches his head. Auntie LePlante? We always called her something LePlante. Marianne amigo, he says, pouring himself another drink. Marianne amigo LePlante. Fuck you, pig, he stands. What the fuck you playing at, huh? Easy, Al, the man says soothingly. Don't let him get to you. Have one of Auntie LePlante's, huh? Don't disrespect Miss LePlante, copper, the big man finishes off again. She's good people. We all get a little crazy sometimes. Who was she? Was? Like before? Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. He swirls his beer. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still. The children kept her together. How did she get like this? Get wanting to be a cop, you mean? Well, He furrows his brow in thought. Shit, I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig? No fucking clue, the tattooed man shouts. It's gotta be the crazy who'd want to be a pig. More like who wouldn't? Cool uniforms, fast machines, packing heat. Sign me up. You are already signed up, Credo. The man shakes his head. This guy seriously damaged T. Don't worry about it, Al. The big man smiles, pushing up his cap. The cops want to dress up and play policemen? Let them. We will keep doing the real work. Where did she get all her cop gear from? Don't know, Tito says, shrugging. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach. Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it. Station 41, a man carries a crate of rusted, unused batches. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river. Ah, okay. Thanks for helping out with this one. No problemo, cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. And ain't that right, boys? Sure enough, Eugene raises his glass and toast. We are the real heroes on the streets. We have logic 3%. We don't have that yet. We need to leave. We need still the evidence. Now, where is that lady? Is that her?
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm just doing my job, ma'am. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. She hands you a thin ribbon held together by a silver bird skull. It's a tie, mask in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special. The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You never told me you've seen the Phasmids. Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings. Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the Phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard. But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right. You were a child, my dear, really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on, tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field. Did I? That is a way, way bigger compliment than it sounds like. Reflexively, the lieutenant readies his familiar notebook. Well, it was summer, she starts. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one, many times my height, I remember. When all of a sudden... What happened? I looked up and one of the reeds moved, not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. She shakes her head. I'd never seen anything like it. The reeds turned into a creature. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. She looks at you. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds. Did you follow it? I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me. Where did you go? Don't go. Then what? I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. She chuckles. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing, she brushes her hair back. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel. We were on a date, can you imagine? She tells me a story and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian Phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds, she told me, it hissed. So that's how they met? This is beyond significant for them. It did, yes, like reeds in a gust of wind. The way it moved, the color, how some of its limbs were white like marble, he breathes excitedly. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession. He looks at her with admiration, forgetting a wide smile on his face. Kim, what do you think of this? Yes, Kim, tell me what you think. I thought it was a wonderful story, ma'am. He closes his notes and gives her a simple smile. But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them. So, you were on a date? Our first, yes. The old woman looks at her husband tenderly. How big was it? It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case. Maybe you imagined it, Lena. How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the Phasmid. This is the main thing here. What makes it a confirmed sighting? She had no previous knowledge of the insect. That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, she lowers her voice, imitating a boy. You trying to tell us you saw an Insulindian Phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here, she smiles. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming, but I saw it. Its limbs are white? Not all of them, he answers for her. There is some white coloration reported along with beige, where the camouflage ends. Thank you for sharing. We got experience, yes. You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such impossibly sunshiny day, so warm. And she could get up and walk right into the weeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere. Okay, that's all for now. We need to talk to him, though.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He tries to play it cool, remain professional, but inside this man is itching for some news on those traps. So, I checked all the traps. Good, okay. He breaks his calm and one of them was empty. Completely empty? The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide. Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid. No locust, but no phasmid either. Oh, that's not ideal, but he rubs his chin. The empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow. I definitely left that one stocked. Right from the campsite? The old woman's face lights up. It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought. Of course, the detective whispers to himself. More clever. You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly. Yes, the Phantasmodia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we will have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure. His companion sighs. Another trip to the reeds. Yes, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter, this phasmid. Of course, be sarcastic. He misinterprets your words. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands okay. Actually, no, his tone changes. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now and brought some great news too. My gratitude and the gratitude of the Society Cryptozoologique de Ravachol is yours. Yes. Heartfelt gratitude, but does it feel like closure? What really happened? Thank you, it's an honor, he says with a straight face, then turns to you. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out of the window impatiently. Develop an alternative theory about the missing locusts. Kuhn is a hooligan? Okay, let's go with that. Yes, success. Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person, hands small enough to fit inside the trap too. You should ask the red-headed boy Kuno. I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts. A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bugs? A shadow of worry passes over the woman's face. Oh, my dear Morel, you have been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks. I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up. Deliquians, my favorite. It doesn't sound like it's really his favorite. Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please let us know whatever turn up. I have a feeling we are getting so close. The man turns to his companions. Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me. After this is your last chance to talk to Gary. Really, Gary? The woman's voice is a little shaky suddenly. We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but... Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they will steal it, even if it's bugs. He looks at his tea. Moral, it's been fun really, but I need a bath. And I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is gone, I've gotta run. No need to apologize, Gary. You have been more than helpful. We will have to take a rain check on the game of suzerainty today, though we are gonna follow this through. He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in the disappointment. Oh. The first man to break formation is always a blow to leadership. This is bigger than he lets on. Did you know that Gary was hiding the armor underneath? Hell no, I had no idea, and I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty or disloyalty are not one of them. I don't know what got into him, officer. Thank you for letting him off easy. He won't forget it. You make sure he won't. So it's the last time we can talk to him. Does he have anything else to say?
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
No, nothing. We did everything we could with him, I think. Okay, I'm gonna have to check the door again. We need to get inside this door somehow still. No. Still can't do anything. Yo, can you open this door yet? Nope. I will never know what's behind this door. Stop. There was a thought. Get back here. A soft purr of an electric chooser comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Okay. Why do you have logic -1 and shivers -1? Yeah, I don't want that. I did get something from the old lady. A new tie? But I want to keep the horrific necktie. I don't want to change. No. I don't want to change. What else we got? The clothes. Perception. Let's go with empathy. No. What else did I change? The cap? It's the glasses, isn't it? Yeah, it's the glasses. They have empathy and minus logic. What about these? Plus logic, minus authority. It will be alright. Shivers. What do shivers do? Raise your hair on your neck, tune into the city. It's fine. Where the hell did my sword go? I lost my sword! Oh my god. Where the fuck is it? Smokes. Nothing. Speed bottle. My sword is gone. No! You gotta be joking. How? Oh, I lost the sword, you guys. Now I've got the tool. No, that's the tool. That's not the sword. Find the murder weapon before advanced analysis. Can I do that yet? I need hand-eye coordination. Can I put a point in this to try this again? Get out of there. Hand-eye coordination, yes. Right, let's try this. Where's the bullet? Items, interact. Bullet. Oh, it's 3%. Are you serious? How can I ever finish the quest? You can do all weird shit. Do I? I have it, but oh, I do have it in the other hand. You're right. I just see it. Thank you. Could have told me earlier. Of course. Well, this quest is shit. I can't do that. Do I have hand-eye coordination somewhere on any piece? Can you sort this by type? What they do? I don't think, if anything, it would be on the hands, maybe, or on the glasses. No. No. There's nothing for it. Alright. Never mind. So what else is on the agenda? Hold on to the spirits and wait for the signal. The horrific necktie is getting ready for the endgame. Okay. We really don't have much. We need to do this. I have nothing else to do. I can't do anything else than that unless I find a new area, new people to talk to. Oi, Kuno! You fucker.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts? No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs. Oh my god, the little one seems distraught. I told you that shit is lame. Shut up, see? Now they're gonna take you to lame prison. She sounds like she's about to cry out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness. Okay, what's this about? Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up. Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present. Lame, that rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City, aka the City of Rage? Yeah, that's pretty lame. Sounds like art. Kuno, is this about Rage City? Oh god, Kuno, no! The little one behind the fence takes her hat off. It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you lame. Stop it, see. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control. What? Okay, we didn't get any advancement, nothing. Do we need to talk to the girl?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
She hides behind the fence. Hey, kid.
What is this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
She puts her finger to her temple.
Get the fuck out of here, face! You got something? Talk to me!
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her head remains.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her head from behind the fence.
I'll die before I squeal.
Okay, so none of them tells me what happened to the traps.
Fuck, Does Coon okay?
Does this make a difference if I get this? Visual calculus. There was something in the close. Does this open the checkmark again? No, I need to spend a point in this. Can I even? Where is that? Perception? Or do I not just see it? Reaction speed? There it is. Reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. Oh, come on, I can't fail this now. Thank you. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right, the Hardy Boys in the mess hall of whirling in rags. Go over them one by one. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, no 46, just like Titus was wearing in his booth. This is the big dick, Titus Hardy, no one with a ball cap on his head. Continue counting. Interesting. Is it? They didn't even bother to change boots. Putting them on the scene is easy, maybe even too easy. 2 standard work boots, steel reinforced toes, number 44. Either the blonde muscular guy, Glenn, or the young guy with a plectrum around his neck. Hobnailed work boots, steel reinforced toes, number 43. How does he know all this? Jesus, there's a lot. They inked Banger, perhaps? Standard work boot, da-da. Theo, the old smoker, you think you even see a tiny fleck of cigarette ash inside the print. Another standard work boot, reinforced toes, number 44, same as before. Eugene, or the muscle-bound blonde Glenn, light as air. I should have gotten this earlier. No shit, but we failed the roll. Better late than never, detective. The whole world is dark and the tracks burn in it with strange beauty. Count the rest. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. The imprints are twice as deep. Carrying something. Another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration on the pattern of the sole. The right sole is smoother, more worn. Curious. A missing 8th Hardy Boy. 7 sets of tracks, right? The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes movement. The Hardy Boys were here. 8, actually. That's so interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of the ordinary? Note to self, this would be a good question to ask Titus. Where's the 8th man? A leader like Titus doesn't let one of his guys out of sight. It's easily, especially at a time like this. Whatever cost it must. A heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint. 200, he thinks for a moment. This could be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built armored man. Maybe it was the fat Hardy Boy, the one sitting in the middle. He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely. Maybe it was a giant? You're right. Probably yes. This would also fit with the victim being dead from a previous gunshot wound. They had to carry him because he could no longer walk. He makes a note in his blue binder. Is there anything else that's noteworthy here? Light step, number 41, shoe. I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardy boy, the one with his front teeth missing. You mean the red-faced one? Yes, well, the lieutenant thinks for a moment. He did look a bit like a rat, you're right. Do you think those prints belong to him? Yeah. I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not. Okay, an aberration. One soul is smoother than the other. Interesting, let's name it the Odd Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardy boy. Wonder who he is. Oh, this one's easy, way too easy. It's a driver. A driver would wear down their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right, and remember that abandoned lorry cabin we found? With a piece of sandpaper glued to the throttle, Kim adjusts his glasses as his eyes light up with excitement, which means that the missing lady driver was also present at the lynching? That's it. She's the Odd Soul. She's also the one running the drug trade. Interesting. This looks like proof of missing eighth person at the lynching was Ruby. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be also involved in the drug operation? I think the entire union is involved. Maybe even the entire Martinez look around suspiciously. We should start with Titus Hardy, see what he's got to say on the matter. This might throw them off. Work in our advantage. He writes something down into this little notebook. So what else? How old do you think they are? A week maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame. Provided to us by the caller who reported the hanging. It's not possible. How do you know? I put last week's forecast for coastal Ravachol, 7 days below freezing. The day before the day of this hanging was the last warm day. Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago. What do you think happened here? What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Okay. Then after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching. Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. But we know the victim had a bullet in his head. A more precise way to put it it was made to look like a lynching. Like the coalition official said, surreal like a play. Exactly, they had to perform it to whoever was looking, the whole neighborhood, I suppose he adds, and us too. Okay. Oh, success again. Oh shit, that didn't work before at all. Holy shit, I didn't even know that's a thing. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in the language of burned rubber. Some of the rubber stuck to the tires right in front of the whirling racks. This is point A, the driver started here. And then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of a guilt again? 'Cause it was you, dude! The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry. I don't know what that is, DJ. This is where I started off with my motor carriage before sinking in the sea. No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving us directions to the yard. Well, he gestures towards the gaping hole in the fence. You did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay. There is not really anything else, is there? That didn't see. No, let's go in.
It's you again. What is it?
Don't scare me like that. Thank you for the host. Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade. Like hell you have, he leans back, unruffled. There's no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Shamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 kilos. Well, we will do that. In the meantime, he points south. Did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Shamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. He taps on his notebook, then turns to you. Detective, do you want to deliver the group de grace? No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant. Fine. No, do the honors. You have earned it, not to the lieutenant. Thank you. He turns to face the man. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You are the drug trade. That's a mighty interesting theory, he wraps his jaw, smiling. I guess that what you would need to do theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runs on the street. Yeah, man, theoretically, that's what you would do to get rid of the gangs, the dealers, and even some of the junkies. You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. He grins. For the good of the community, of course. This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting of poisoning your own people. Boo fucking who? People will always be taking drugs. Might as well do it clean and organized. Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about. Clean and organized. And the Hardy Boys are running it. Theoretically, of course. You're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you go fuck yourself? And what about this Ruby? Is she the 8th Hardy who runs this thing for you? You sure do love long walks through Theory Town, don't you? The big guy asked, straightening his cap. Well, I'm thirsty now, thirsty for beer. Got any less theoretical questions, cop? He doesn't let it show, but must be a little impressed. You've put a lot of things together fast. Oh, come on, it's 3% now. What else am I supposed to do? Oh, probably examine the bullet. But the bullet is not connected to the Hardy Boys, or shouldn't be. So what else is there to do then? Well, we asked Kuno, so I guess we're going back to talk to this guy again and telling him it's not Kuno.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
Okay. I read this already. That's why I'm clicking through. Yeah, there's nothing much I can do here. I can try this again. That's how I lose my morale. Retrying white checks. Wait, it was composure, right? I have composure gear somewhere. There, composure. a lot of logic here. I might want to equip that. Is that it? I swear there was like a tie or something, or necktie with composure. Oh my god. Or shoes? Oh, I've equipped the shoes. So, that's it? Okay. It's 58% now. Let's do this. Are you fucking with me? Seriously. Every time. Well, I can't really do anything in here. I don't know what else to do now. I can't get the boots off the victim's feet because the victim is already gone. I can't do this. This is... I have no idea. Local kids might know. Oh, maybe the girl in the thingy knows. There's a girl in the bookstore. She's a local kid. She might know.
Hi, Ace Detective.
Never mind, she might not know after all.
Hello again, esteemed officer.
Right, I'm a little confused as to what to do next then. The white checks, those are on the white available, try now. Don't want to do this, don't want to do the mirror, Tito's Hardy, impossible. Or maybe if I put a book in... Okay, let's get all logicked up. Okay, all logic here no matter what. And try this. Even though it's 3%, it's pointless in trying. I'm missing, obviously, some investigation thing. I know, interfacing, drama... Pain threshold, no. I swear I had more logic. Their logic. That's 2 logic, right? Right. Okay. Let's see if this is any better. I can't deal with one. I have 6 magnesium to heal it, but that's it.
It's you again. What is it?
Oh, it's 42%. Let's try it. Oh no, he's stuck again. Please, someone, just animate him. I got nothing. Get a move on, asshole. Stop standing with your dick in your hand. Stop drooling, run around or something. Hit yourself in the face, anything. No one has an idea what to do with you if you just stand there. Thanks, guys. Let's get moving again.
It's you again. What is it?
Please. 58%, come on. I fear we just can't piece this puzzle together. At this point, the only sensible thing to do is get someone else to put the pieces together. Kim, you've had long enough to come up with a theory. What you got? I think it's best we just dive in, he whispers back before turning to Titus and asking, what makes you so sure Ruby didn't kill him? Because she was here all night with us. He is cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101. She was here all night? The lieutenant ignores the tattooed man. 11:30 to 12:25. She was here during all that time? Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage, there. He points to the karaoke stage. She didn't go to the toilet? No. In the whole 45-minute window she was with you all the time? Alright, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment, maybe. Went out too. She had an operation to run from her lorry. He points to the intersection. We are not getting into what that operation is again, cop. That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now. And just cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. He taps on his temple. I've been through this. It's not plausible. Alright, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for some time during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up. Weird claims, me. You do agree the shot came from the roof, right? Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Classia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast, but like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, he shakes his head, I don't think it was a sniper, it was close up. Unless it was exceptional, almost godly sniper. Ruby could have gotten to the roof from somewhere inside the building. Nah, the only way up there is through Classia's room. Maybe there's more? What do you mean? How much do you guys know about this place? We've only been drinking here for what, 6 years? He looks around. How much do we know? Been thinking of getting whirling in Rex tat on my ass, boss. There you go. Tatted on his ass. We know the place. There's a locked door in the kitchen and another one on the roof. Ever been through those? No, but that doesn't prove anything. It's just 2 doors. We're not giving you Ruby for that. She's one of us. What if those doors are connected, Eugene? Is that your name, Eugene? The lieutenant leans closer. If they're connected, she could have gone to the kitchen, gone up, shot him on the roof, then come down, all in 5 minutes. How about that? Yes, she could have. This is one long shot. He shakes his head, but the look in his eyes shows interest. Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot? Firmly? He shakes his head. Try shit on a stick. All you've established is a possible route to the roof that you haven't found. And even then, a route doesn't put that bullet in the merc's head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one. Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt in the shape of a gun. I have analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed. So, the man shrugs and looks at you. So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. He turns to you. Not even you militia monkeys have those. He doesn't wait for a response. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was a military grade, how did Ruby get it? Shit, I used the wrong answer then. Fuck. Just because it's rare doesn't mean you can't get it. Cop, that's exactly what it means. I've already established Ruby running trucks. She could have smuggled guns too. God damn, that's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Tito slaps his thigh. Every fucking 5 seconds. You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it. All I'm saying is, from what I saw in her cabin, she'd have no trouble getting a gun. Trouble? This is Ravishal. Even the roid heads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still never saw her carry one. He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory. No, that's stupid. I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her. Alright, copy notes. Keep talking. I will tell you when I've had enough. T, we are not seriously considering it, are we? He almost gets up from his seat. Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this? Motive, the last component. The big one. Get this, and they will give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works. It's not why did she kill him. It's why did she organize the cover-up. And I suppose you have a theory on that? She could have just been covering up for herself, Titos. Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging? You went along, but she suggested it. The little man squints, eyes beady. She had like a fully formed plan and shit right when she came back downstairs. Really, Shanks? Glacier wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd been first. Time for a logic demonstration. Oh, shit. Eugene, let's assume you killed him. He scoffs. Think, you kill him, get up there, shoot him, get down. Would you prefer to go on a trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder? The man is silent. If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss. Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. The blonde man waves her spear around. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus. Glenn. Titus looks grim. I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit. Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely, and she skipped town. This is good. Maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge against you, Titus. There's no fucking leadership challenge. A flash of rage. He calms himself. Just when I thought you were taking this seriously, Cop, you put your head in your ass. Man, now he's just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks. Okay, the lieutenant steps in. We've ruled out infighting. That's how it works, by exclusion. Remember, all we need to do is rule Ruby out too. That's all this is. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her. Silence! I kill you. He looks around the room. Sorry. The old man in the corner nods. This is the only opinion he cares for. Yeah, I see it. He puts his spear down. There is one more thing I've been wondering about her. Ever since you asked me where she is, add it to your list of suspicions if you want. I don't know. He smiles, a peculiar smile. I don't know where she went. She just up and left, got real scared too. Wouldn't tell me where, however hard I asked. Wanna know why? Why? She was afraid I would tell you. He looks you straight in the eye. Maybe she was right. By now I probably would. She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory. Hey, we did it! Yes, new skill point. Perhaps he looks out of the window again. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy though. She made sure of that. When did she leave? Friday afternoon when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town, then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. What was she scared of? I told you, you. Me? Personally? Yes, you, the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. And the expression. Don't forget the expression. And a hole in his heart. That's that first. And a hole in his heart. Why not? He looks at your chest. You look about ready to do something pretty crazy because some bird fucked you over. Don't forget the funny tie too. How can I forget? He nods at your tie. You and I are going to dance in the moonlight under a billion stars. I love the horrific necktie. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply, but he measures you up. Now I'm not so sure. What else did Ruby tell you about me? She said you have a funny taste in clothes, he scoffs, and that you won't stop. Won't stop? Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Shamrock, that you are a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans. Fucking hell, the tattooed man shakes his head. Titus, did he just open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did, he nods. Now we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go with our lives kind of day. Al, what about you? It's not an actual question. Silence, he nods. Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener? You are insistent, he nods. Anything else? Anything? Yeah, there was something else she wouldn't tell me though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus, this cop, but she was too scared. An earthquake bog. Do you have any clues on where Ruby went? She's not far, we know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot. Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You will never find her. Yeah, Al. He gives sharp look. And we won't either. She's not really the man stares into his beer. Hardy candidate anymore, is she? She's not, Glenn. Have you looked for her? A little on the coast. Where have you looked for her more precisely? More precisely, on the coast past the waterlock. Not southwest. She is not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking? Sure. There are some shit houses there, a cinder block town. The fisher folk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up. We'll start there, the lieutenant takes a quick note. One more question. What does Ruby look like? Boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a lorryman. Do you know what she's doing with the Ulan frequencies? The what now? I have no idea. He looks around. Boys? She said she's building his voice is very quiet, a pale emitter? A what? We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more. This guy barely understands what he's talking about. There you have it, pale something. Titus puts on into it. Okay, that's it. It will have to do. He puts his hand out. Let's shake it. His grip is firm and reassuring. Sorry about that. Like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material. You should be a cop, Titus. Thank you. And you're gonna get it through your dumb head, he scoffs. I already am, I just wasn't sure you were. And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his man. Okay. Well, it did save. No. So if I had found the way from inside to the roof, it would have been a different way. I mean, I would have had a better chance of finishing this successfully. I mean, it was successful now, but... Hell. What's that down there? I didn't see that before. A splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. Look closer first. The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. Look closer first. The fading marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusion, just chips in the sandstone. They look pretty ancient. Kim, look, bullet holes. Where? He looks around. Point to the chips at the wall. Someone has been shot. We are cops. We should solve it. Oh god, no. There, he looks to the wall. Those are old. What do you mean, old? These bullets were fired during the revolution. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation. Okay, what can you tell me about this revolution? Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go? Okay, let's go. Oh, you hear the distant squall of seabirds. Okay. We don't have to be here. I need to go south, across the water. Just wanted to check something real quick. Nope, nothing. Okay, let's go. Wait, I can't go down there? Okay, where did they say? Let's have a look. Ask the fisher folk in the village. Maybe their leader knows something. A fisher folk leader? There is a leader about the fishers? Who's that? The old woman? Or am I completely wrong?
Our tenant.
There.
The policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. Okay, but do you know who I am talking about? This is my little cinder block town, she nods with a wrinkled smile. I know what goes on around here. She's being evasive. She knows something. There was a murder in Martinez, he points east. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help. Would you now? She turns to him. I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. You know something. We're here to help. That you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help them. Storm clouds gather on the horizon. She shakes her head. I see you know something, but you have decided not to tell us. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else? I see, ma'am. The lieutenant turns to you. I hope you don't mind if you look around anyway. You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too? Goodbye? Okay. That's my shack. There's something new, a loose floorboard. As you look the floorboards in the corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of the floorboard next to it looks scratched. Move the board aside. The hollow space underneath the floorboard is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. What's in there? Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like mossed reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad, someone's night thoughts, at last resort, a bad idea. What? Search through the sand and sawdust. You stick your hand and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside, fine dust, and then something hard wrapped in paper. What is it? A 9mm bullet, a small cylindrical object. You pull it out, a bullet. A 9mm bullet to be exact, fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber, like your own Villas pistol, for example. A bullet, interesting. The floorboard doesn't care, but maybe the washerwoman does? You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready for a fight with some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you, it's for herself. Okay, weird enough. Right, let's save. I've been saved in a long while. Myself, I mean. Not the autosave. But before I go, I'm gonna have a small little break. Like, not long. 3-4 minutes. Just need a drink. My tea is empty and I didn't bring another bottle. So, 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. No. There we go. Let's go. But it won't be a too long stream anymore today. I am tired and I need to get up tomorrow. Okay, let's ask. I like how he just stands underneath there, like a packet to be picked up or something. Where's the old lady? I ran right past her, didn't I? There we go.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack? God damn that girl, she murmurs softly. And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure. A bullet, the lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod. Then turns to the washerwoman. You didn't put it there, did you? She did. Gone and hid things in there, she shakes her head. She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. You rented the room to her? The old woman sits in silence, her hands moving into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge. Slowly she speaks, bringing out a rag. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear, we welcome all kinds of people here. When was this? She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. Her wrinkled hands need a blue rag in the water. What has she gotten herself into, that girl? She seems genuinely worried about her precious tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before, but this seems different. That's for the police to find out. The lieutenant takes out his familiar blue notebook. Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few. Is the room exactly as you left it? I cleaned it like I always do. Was there anything else there? No. The truth, sire. You said she left on Monday. Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think. She probably heard the lieutenant's kinema drive by and woke her up just like it did you. Kim, she must have heard your kinema. Yes, that is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. His voice is tinged with pride. I'm not gonna stream. Okay. It lets the bad guys know when you're coming. What's she like, Ruby? She's good company, knows how to talk to an old woman. She rubs her cold hands together. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation, so I really appreciate that about her. This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village elder, unlike you. Did she talk to you much during her last stay? No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. What do you mean? She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brooding. Why do you think she left the bullet there? How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun. She looks back towards her shack, thinking. Thank you for the raid. How do you like the game? I like it. You like it? Are you addicted? I might like it. I doubt that. You could ask her about your hunch. That is what a desperate measure. That it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill. I have a possible explanation in my mind. I? Do tell. The seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan. Exit from what? The world. The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman. She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you, deep in thought. Then she makes up her mind. No, she's a fighter. Not a quitter like you sometimes get, son. She really believes that. Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff? Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millers she'd made. She brushes her forehead with the back of her head. Water drips to the ground. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff, even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that. So where did she go? I don't know, further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in the heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. It's a peninsula. She might be trapped. After a moment of silence, she says, "You'll never find her, you know." Her tone is without malice. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived. I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent. Further up the coast we go then. Are you sure you wouldn't rather stay here, get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? She drops the rack into the bucket. It's clean now. Seems like a better idea to me. The field electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time. The what? The felt electric mural? Where the fuck's that? Okay, we're off. One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She looks around. The air's getting colder. She really means it. It's an honest plea. She's a good girl, whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in. Nah, she's not. The what? The electric what? Are we looking back at the heater? Hold on. So now I'm gonna get killed or something. Where is the heater? I can't look at it. Shave, mirror, bed. I have no idea what she was talking about. Is there anything outside, maybe? No, nothing. Are we going north? Is that it? North again. I bet she's behind that freaking door I can't open. I've been trying to open the stupid door every time I run past. Oh wait, I am still wearing the shirt as well. We need to go shirtless. No shirt. Right. There. No, that's the church. Wait, I can zoom out. I forgot. No, there's nothing. Walk away from the stupid door. Well, there is not too much north, is there? That's Land's End. There's nothing. Okay, what does the journal say? Ruby left the village and went up the coast. Explore the coast for signs. Oh, for fuck's sake. This might take a while. That's the trap. That's not a sign. We check that one. All I can see is a door. Is there something up here, maybe? Maybe Ruby was the one that ate the locust. I have no idea, maybe. I don't see any signs either, unless there's something here. No, we looked through that. There wasn't anything new. Can we look through that thing? No. There's absolutely nothing. If you guys spot something that I don't see, feel free to tell me. There is stairs. Can you get in there? Hold on. Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Felt electrical. That is it? Felt electrical? Oh my god, it's the sign? Really? What we had to look at? Oh, I found it! Oh, how ironic. All these dark rooms. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is fail first. Could Ruby be in there? In there? She could, or... He points behind you. She could be in the identical ruin over there, or in that boat shack, in that church tower maybe. Why single out this one building? Holy shit, that's a lot of help. Alright, we can't fail this. Thank God. Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb. What was I even attempting to do here? Trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you thought would happen did not, and now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you have done before? Is it in your secret repertoire a trick for when you're out of ideas? A prayer of sorts to Ravachol? She could be anywhere. How do we find her? Yes, how do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village, Lieutenant sighs. Then gets a hold of himself. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. He looks north. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography at least. And then there's the church. He looks at the bell tower. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Oh no. Oh no. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. Oh no, and if that fails, if we don't find her, then we are desperate. We can look where we can't enter, bunker, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that. He looks behind him at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm. Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. Listen to the wind again. Suddenly, there's a sigh carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She rubs the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it. Where does it go? Check out those bonuses. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing though. In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk is winding tunnels a whisper away. What is happening? She's down there. I think she's down there below this building. Okay, why? The wind told me. He shrugs. So how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically. There's a ladder next to the sign, point to them. Perhaps we can climb them, enter through that roof? Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old and I plan to live to see 70. There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails. Yeah, I don't like the ladder idea. No, the ladder idea is gonna suck, doesn't it? We're gonna save. What have you missed? Not much. We know the other old guy is dead, you know, the one that stands next to Kim's car. We talked to this guy and we talked to the wheelchair lady, Lena, and the other guy. And that's pretty much it. I think the we got the footprints. Finally a positive check on that. And then, yeah, we are on the search for Ruby now. An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotting boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path to the Felt building? A building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions, perhaps a basement access? Come closer and look in. Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder. What's in there? A thin layer of snow gleams inside the pipe. Okay, what else? As your eyes adjust, you see some trash, crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side. And nothing. Broken glass from the bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe. Could we get into the Felt building through this pipe? Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, a grin flickers across his face. It's highly unlikely and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around. The lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around. The lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't usually notice these little things. And it's right here, a maintenance door. He points to a rusted metal double door to the right of the pipe, obscured by the reeds. One more door. Okay. The metal doors are heavy and the flaking rust hurts your palms, but together with the lieutenant you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in. Good work, the lieutenant nods towards the impenetrable darkness inside. Shall we? Go in. Got the whole world in your hands. Hey, Dazen. Okay, we are in. Hello. Thought. You should take out your flashlight. Okay. Why? It was bright enough before. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Okay, let's go this way. Antiquated office furniture, last century maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely... scoop something. Old file folders in the car document silvery with mold. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. This isn't just glass, they are old computation components. These are computer components? Yes, filament memories from the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system. How'd they do that and why? The how was a closely guarded secret, something that was locked in safes and human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. Oh god, hey Kim, look, old cybernetics. The lieutenant tilts his head, watching the light glimmer on the glass. So it is. I think these used to form a single system slotted in the wall. 1 second. So this is all that remains of failed R&D. He nods. The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. Could this be part of the failed playback experiment? These? No. They are old filament memories. I hope you are not expecting to find that device here. You will be disappointed. All you will find here is pain. Okay. Oh, we got a new suit jacket. Nice. What's that? The beam of the flashlight. A what? Crevice in the wall? A what in the wall? Holy shit. Oh shit. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. Stale fabric smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures. Crass Masov portrait. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Masov. There's a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait. Brush the dust off the portrait. Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair matched by an ample moustache and sideburns look a bit silly. It's Krasmasov. What a troublemaker he was. Yes, looks like some later day radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago. A long time ago? How long? Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. He looks around. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted. What's this still doing here? He shrugs. What most people think of as history has a tendency to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers. Maybe I should move in here, seems cozy. I won't stand in your way, but only after we are through with this case. Could it be connected to the Masov bust we found in the student's room? Millions of depictions of Masov have been produced. They are not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff. El Grande, we don't need a gun. I think. Do we? I mean, we have a bullet. That fits. Can we do that? This is not a violent game, is it? Could someone have stopped through here recently? He looks at the dust. You mean like Rupee? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history. The same slit window you saw from the outside. Did I see that from the outside, really? Ooh, revolutionary's hat. Fuck yeah, give it to me. Okay, let's go. Mate, let me check this theory. I can equip the gun. Can I reload the gun? Items. Where's the bullet? Where's the one bullet I found? That's the figurine. That's the ball. Is it in tools? Huh. Interact. Well, gun alone won't help. It's not loaded, so... Let's go back to the tool, I guess. Oh no! My sword! There we go. There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. The tunnel collapsed. You will have to find another way around. There's treasure. Found treasure. Need to get it. Oh, thought. It's getting louder, the buzzing sound. Ah, missed the thought again, Jesus. Pain threshold. There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell. Lieutenant, do you feel something? No, what do you mean? A pain, a strange tingling. I don't feel it, but he looks ahead beyond the arc. We should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. Hold on, you really don't feel anything? No, but you're the sensitive one. Ah, she sure is, he sure is. Alright, we go to the treasure first. Oh, well, that don't look like treasure no more. A concrete pipe buried in the sand and dust. Very interesting. What's that? Ah, money. More money? More money! Yay. Oh shit. Ruby. The instigator. Suddenly your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the static you hear a woman's voice.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you? Not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. Cover your ears? Oh, fuck. Nobody, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. You are under arrest!
Really now? Check this out.
Oh, fuck. She turns the dial in her hands. You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain. What's happening to me?
A pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing, it's the Ulan frequencies. Blasted from the pale emitter Fat Angus mentioned. I saw your equations. It's the Ulan frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. Well, I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
Pale latitude compressor. 1368413 37891
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pail more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pail. Literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pail. People lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you might be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking and you just might get an opportunity to break loose. What's this goddamn pail anyway?
Well, it's the end of the world.
How did you get your hands on this
I
thing?
built it myself.
She nods towards her torture
That's
device.
illegal. I'm guessing it's patented.
It's patented? You what? There's no patent on this thing.
Oh yeah, way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like walking out of a very confusing dream.
So, there's more hisses and more era ole ometini pills. Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. Seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Oh, Rosaline, oh, Rosaline.
Turn this.
The lieutenant clutches his hat, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows, the pain lessens. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking and you will get through this. How did you know we were coming? I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. By hiding bullets under floorboards? So, you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed. She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel, the washerwoman. So nice, she smiles a little smile. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back. Preparing for the worst? I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now. It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun, then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today. Did you shoot Lili? No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Tito's? No, she hesitates. He wouldn't have a broken fist first. She's clearly a gender traitor, really? No, let's not go there. You're right, Clausia was the first to share her suspicions. Oh, she smiles sadly. I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Your first guess wasn't entirely off. Titus and his boys, ma'am, they told us where you were on the coast. Even now, Kim is paragon of professionalism. He's trying to make a clean cut of telling her she was betrayed. She pauses, taking it in. Well, fuck. And those guys liked me? I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like? A dull despair is creeping into her voice. How the fuck do the rest of you get by? Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me? What shit? She adjusts her grip on her gun. I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me. Would you say that Levi was a likable person? I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. So you don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of bloody count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. Did you feel protective of the Union? Yeah, sure, and I didn't like Wild Pine sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here. Is he really messing up again? It might be not even Twitch, it might be my PC. Fuck. I have other questions. I think it's just you. Do you have an alibi for when Levi was shot? Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you. There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't have even been enough time. No one takes the lieutenant winces from the pain. 15-minute leak. Look, fuck you, man. I might have also stopped by the bar. She speaketh truth. You have a gun. Yes. Do you collect guns, maybe old rifles? No, they're not practical. Break too often. Where did you get it? The gun store? What gun store? Trigger happy checks? Really, Trigger? What do you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not the kind of girl. I can't quite tell what kind of gun it is. Is it? A Nachtwey 80 front-loaded, 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing. That isn't it. That merc was probably shot from a distance with a military-grade rifle. Otherwise, everyone at the whirling would have heard the shot downstairs. There's other evidence I want to ask you about. You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry. She shakes her head slowly. So, heart of gold, Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician. That really comes as a blow to her. No, he didn't. I found my own way in. Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking? A bitter smile. Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her. You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. She scoffs. That's your prerogative. You had a financial incentive to kill the merc. Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Shamrock, my previous employer for the Union. The lieutenant is unable to articulate his question. She turns the knob down just a millimeter, then continues. I got lucky being a dispatcher, never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun, she glances at it, has only been used for self-defense against serious scum. But you're threatening us with it. Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum, she responds, holding your gaze. Okay, let's take a step back. Yeah, where? More questions before doing anything. Who killed the merc if it wasn't you? How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio. Police radio? You've been following the case? Who hasn't? She shrugs. You know, I can still see him there in Classia's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he had been dead for a good long while. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version. She eyes you warily as though gauging your sincerity. It's okay, we just want to... He struggles to finish the sentence. Alright, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Glacier comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves, so I grab a seat next to her. Wait, did she also seem high to you? Oh yes, super, but I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before. Glacier said you knew something was wrong immediately. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no, such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah. He made it look like he'd been hanged. How do you manage to come up with a plan so quickly? What? No. Faking lynching was her idea. Her idea? Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so he could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy boys. Showerhead? Resourceful? Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or to be disturbed. Do you think she killed Eli herself? As I keep telling you, cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs, no gunshot, nothing. But even if this is true, the lieutenant forces himself to finish the sentence, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to... war? She purses her lips. The thought crossed my mind, but the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way, although the way things are going. She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt. She shrugs. Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. If you didn't kill him, why hide? I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent? She looks at you quizzically. Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener. No, not damaged health. I'm dying. I have only one left. Through a sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded. Who's everyone? How do you know this? Everyone in Shamrock, the cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with the goddamn death ray waiting for you? If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too. Tell me what's my name. If you know that about me, you must know my name. Harry Dubois, she replies quickly. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and the funny tie, agent to La Puta Madre. Did someone mention a fucked up tie? I called bullshit. You're too crazy to be corrupt. So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the take. Criminals make up boogeyman stories about cops all the time. No, DJ, I don't want details. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you. La Puta Madre. I have heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right? Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. No, that was a real question. Yeah, sure. He doesn't believe you. I'm sure La Puta Madre will explain it all to you soon enough. What did you do to this Madre anyway? You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Shamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry can opener in my lair, fucking Titos. She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Guys, what are we doing? 7 or 8? Are we trying to destroy the machine and getting shot? I have 1 health left to use, 1 charge left. Or are we just gonna take it anymore? Just go. Don't attempt to destroy the compressor. It's either or. Numbers. I want to see numbers. 7 or 8. Oh, I don't know. It's 72%. 7. That's 1 vote. 7. Alright, I'm closing my eyes. Thank you. Thank you all. The violent white noise becomes even more overwhelming closer to the compressor. Feels like your brain is swelling up in your skull. Hold very still and try to have an apocalyptic vision. No! Officer, are you okay? Don't worry, Kim. I'm just trying to have an apocalyptic vision. The pain intensifies as your hands attempt to reach out into the pale chaos. What are you doing? I told you it's best not to move. 875263 Yada for that special someone. Kim, make it stop. Look, I know this isn't very fun for you, so let's wrap this up. You have a tribunal to attend. I got nothing to do. If I'm getting killed, I'm gonna be really mad. Do you know about the bunker next door? What bunker? The communist hideout back there. Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp, but I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond till. Her voice trails off into the white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching. That's it. I'm done. I'm over. Yeah. Your arm, your jaw, we dead. So I'm guessing this is bad. Very bad. This is the end bad. You feel his pain and weakness, yada. Well, it was a good game, you guys. This is might as well end it here for today. You guys killed me. I hope you're happy. I really hope you're happy. I'm done for today, I think. I need to get up tomorrow. It was just a short stream, but you guys killed me. Never forget.